Yeah, you also we did hear that you picked Robbie before the fight. A lot of people are obviously picking Johny Hendricks. He was the favorite. Why did you pick Robbie?
I did. I think, just to be quite honest and be frank, I've just never really been impressed with Johnny. He's sure, he had a lot of success in the sport of wrestling, and so he's very mentally strong, but at the same point, he's still developing as a fighter. In my opinion, I thought Robbie, when Johnny can't be the bully, typically with guys who fight in that sense, if they can't be the bully, it's hard for them to succeed. But I had Robbie. I going into the fight, yeah, I thought Robbie had a good shot at winning. And it was a close fight, but I just, like I said, I've had some great takeaways for myself, fighting Johnny eventually after I beat Robbie.
Very nice, Jake. He seemed like a man with an ace up his sleeve. But let me ask you something about Hendricks. GSP was a long-term champion. Everybody thought he'd be around for a long, long time, and then obviously he retired and went away. Now Hendricks is champion. Do you think Hendricks is a long-term champion, or do you think this is going to be a case of like the light heavyweight division, where everybody's going to be passing the championship around until maybe you win that title?
Yeah, no, I think he did. He looked great against George. Definitely one of the guys who had a great fight against George. But it's tough because I think there's so many variables going into each fight that the intangibles that people really don't see. And I've heard there's been things with George, like whether it's personal or outside of the fight or whatever it may be. But there's always certain variables that people can't see, whether injuries or family stuff. And it's always interesting though. And that was a great fight, and people thought I was crazy because I did think George won 3 of the 5 rounds, and it wasn't a very close fight. At the same point, Johnny does deserve credit because he did have a fantastic performance against George. But I don't see. No, I really don't. There's a lot of talented fighters in this division. I don't see him being champ for in 6 months. To be honest, by the end of the year, he won't be champ.